What's going on, YouTube? This is Arauro from Team Dragon Buster once again, bringing you my main deck. This is the one I'm most proud of. This is the one I've spent as much time as I possibly could fixing and working on. So, I know that there are a few problems with it, but once I work everything out, it'll be done. There are only two cards missing from this deck. That's Exploder Dragonwing and Trident Dragon. I'm also missing one Exploder Dragon. Not the Dragon Wing. I only need one of those, and I only need one more Exploder Dragon. So, yep, let's go ahead and kick it off into the monsters like I usually do. So to start things off, I'll go ahead and start off with Black Wings. Uh, I only have two, unless you count the ones in the extra deck. Then I have four. So Mistral, that's to go for the sink. Also benefits in a little bit of stall. I don't take any more damage after it's destroyed. Gale, it's to go in for the half. Also for the Synchro of Armor Master. Neospatian Grand Mole, beneficial. Bounce whatever back, like Zen Mains or whatever. Mass Dragon, bring out any of my dragons like Decoy or Exploder or another Mass Dragon. Decoy, that's to bring back like Prime. Well, you can't bring back Prime Material. That's to bring back like REDMD, White Knight. What's another one? Dark Storm, I think. Galaxy Eyes. So Partisan, that's for the sink. Pilum, that's another for the sink. So is Dark Spear. You can also tribute them, get Gale back. Exploder, pretty much the Suicide Bomber. Mirage Dragon prevents your opponents from activating any traps during the battle phase. Divine Dragon, summon him, discard one card, bring out, and then just banish him to bring out RMDMD, and then bring back whatever you discarded. Horus to stop things, like Dark World, Gates, Lightning, pretty much anything that has them discard. I know their decks run on spells. What else? Sorry, I've got a lot of things on my mind. It's to stop like Dark Hole, Heavy Storm, stuff like that. Prime Material. Uh, that's to stop burns, things that explode, stop Grapha and stuff like that. Dark Flare and Light Pulsar. I was told to run these, and I am. Dark Flare doesn't come in handy as Light Pulsar because, go for the summon of Light Pulsar. It gets suicided or whatever. So even if you tribute it, like I've done, you get REDMD back. So, and then just special summon it back. White Knight Dragon. That's he's the one to go out there. He's like the bait. So if your opponent's gonna activate anything, he just negates. Dad. Um, this deck kind of runs halfway on darks, so run this. Dark Storm. I don't know if I'll run this. I haven't used it once. It barely even comes to my hand, so I might just take it out. It hasn't done a whole lot for me. It's more of like collection, but if anyone wants it, I'm willing to trade for it for any of the cards I have asked for in the past. Montage. This has actually saved me. I was stuck in a jam against an obelisk, a 100 Eyes dragon, and this little dog thing that could attack me directly. And I had two photons in my hand and an RDMD. I was pretty sure I was done because the only thing that was saving me at the time was five-headed. But then I drew Montage and just sent the cards to the grave and attacked the dog and finished it off. So Montage actually benefits quite a bit. Galaxy Eyes, that's to send the Ixies because people are really loving those right now. And this is like the Zen Mains killer, stuff like that. Triple Wyvern, that's just for the fours and to bring out our DMD, who is pretty much the whole head of this deck. I run three. I do anything I possibly can if it gets banished or whatnot to bring it back. And if it's put in the grave, same thing. So I run two Ravines. I used to run three, but now I run two. Because with three, I would sometimes get to the point where I had two in my hand and one on the field. So, yep. Future Fusion, let's go for the whole five-headed. Send two RDMDs and two Wyverns to the grave and get that out. And you can send anything like Light Pulsar or Horus, Galaxy Eyes, Exploder, anything, any dragon would be right for the fifth. And if you already have it out there on the field, that's even better for you. 1 MST. I used to run 3, but I realized that it's really not that great. People don't set as much as they used to, and when they do, they pretty much lowball you and activate it on your standby phase. Gold Sark, it's to get the Ravine if I need it, but it's usually for the Future Fusion. Reborns to bring back RDMD. And Double Summon, it's to put those 2 level 3s out there so I can go for the overlay. And the rest of this deck, it relies on the dragons and on the trap cards. So I run 2 negates, stop anything my opponent wants to activate. The jammer, if I'm attacking during the battle phase and I somehow forgot to put Mirage out there, this stops things like Mirror Force and stuff like that. Dark Bribe does the same thing, they just get the draw. Dark Illusion, if I'm attacking with RDMD, they don't get to use it. Draining Shield goes for the LP gain and stop the attack. Cylinder bounces the damage back and stops the attack. Wabaku, no damage that turn. Secresta, destroy the monster. Guard Mines, protects my monster from being destroyed, so if they use like Stardust effects or whatever on something like Exploder Dragon Wing, just just destroy that. And Bottomless, it's to get rid of anything that doesn't negate it. So that's the main deck. I'm gonna go ahead and go into the side deck. Alright, so the side deck, it still needs a little work. There are a few cards that I'm still trying to get a hold of, like Trident Dragon, Eye of Justice, Decisive Armor, because those light decks are really working my last nerve. I usually end up going against Dark Worlds or Wind Up Loop, Dino Rabbit, Insectors, what else? There's another one that's really annoying that Light Sworns, and I've had to deal with 3 Exodia decks in my locals on Saturday. So anyway, this guy is for Future Fusion. He helps that to get the RDMDs out. So Gaia Knight, Force of Earth is just for 6 stars, and he's a hitter. Armor Master, he can't be touched, he can't be destroyed by battle, or then I don't take any damage. Plus, if he's attacked or if I attack with him, I can attach 1 wedge counter, and I remove that, and my opponent loses all their attack and defense. Black Rose Dragon, I hardly ever use this, but when I do, I go for the nuke. Darkened Dragon gets rid of whatever. Stardust stops destruction. Blackwing Dragon is pretty much only for damage. Submersible Arrow Shark. My monsters do end up getting banished quite a bit in this deck, so that's pretty useful. Greeno, extra damage. Leviathan, extra damage. Giga Brilliant, soup up my monsters. As Golem, I only use this if I'm close to the win. Terabyte, if they're using wind-ups, this is actually pretty useful. Otherwise, it's good for defense. Utopia, it's good for the negating attacks and such. It's also a pretty good hitter until all its overlay units are gone. And then it's just a dust collector. Anyway, that's pretty much all there is to that deck. I'm only needing like 3 cards. I might add a Scrap Dragon to it if I somehow pull one in a pack. But if not, it's nothing I'm losing. There's not a whole lot I need for this deck. Zen Mains, maybe. Leviair, maybe. I don't know. That would go for the Wyverns. So that's pretty much all I can see with this deck. It's not Chaos, it's not Collide, it's Dragons, my own build. Most of the people are always getting mad when I use on DN because they're like, well, people can't use any of their own dragon decks, blah, blah, blah. Well, this is my own build. And on DN, I'll use 1 of 2. I'll use Dragon's Heart, which is this one, or Dragon's Fire, which is the Horus Decree Lockdown. And I am trying to build that as well. So, yep. Also, I'll be building Heretics when it comes out in April, for the sneak peeks anyway, and May for when everyone gets access to the packs. So that's pretty much all there is to this deck. I still need Exploder Dragon Wing, Trident Dragon, Decisive Armor. So yeah, 2 other cards I'm looking for are Moon Dragon, Quila, and Sun Dragon Inti. because I just want to add those to my collection. So, if you guys have any tips or questions about dragon decks, we are pretty much the experts when it comes to that. We know what to and what not to play when it comes to these decks. And if there's any criticism, I don't mind hearing it, just as long as you're not too graphic or vulgar. So, this is Arauro from Team Dragon Buster signing out. Talk to you guys later, YouTube. Deuces.